Hello, I'm Andrew. I'm one of the developers here at PTFS Europe. What's on my mind this week is cookies. Sadly, not the sort that you can eat. This is the sort that gets set in your browser. A lot of cookies get set in our browsers nowadays, far more than we'd like. And fortunately for residents of the EU, legislation exists that allows them to control which cookies get set when they visit a website. A new development in Koha allows a site administrator to specify what cookies are being set, and this then gives the ability for the site visitor to choose which cookies they'd like to be set. So let's take a look. Okay, so here we are in a Koha OPAC, and you can see it's just a straight off-the-shelf Koha, except we've got the cookie consent functionality added. And that's what we're seeing here at the bottom of the page. So what we're seeing is a bar, much as you'd expect to see on any website nowadays, with some text which has been defined in a syspref. I'll show you that shortly. And that can be HTML. So we've got a link embedded within that. We've also got some buttons. We've got accept all cookies, accept only essential cookies, or more information. So the way this functionality works is that we've got this concept of essential cookies and non-essential cookies. So essential cookies will be anything that are required for Koha to work. So that will be any of the cookies that are set by Koha itself. And then we've got non-essential cookies, which will be things like tracking cookies set by things like Google Analytics. So we've got this distinction within this functionality. So I could click on accept all cookies, which would accept the Koha ones and any tracking ones I have set, or I can just accept the Koha ones. But if I want more information, I can click on the button here, and that then opens this pop-up. And so we've got some text here again defined in a system preference, and we've also got a list of all the non-essential cookies that are being set, potentially being set by this Koha. And this example here, we've got a Google Analytics one and a Matomo one, which is another tracking platform. So we get an option here to again accept all of them if we're happy, only the essential ones, or we can choose which ones we want to set. So if I, for some reason, wanted only Google Analytics, I could check that and then accept that. And then from then on, only the Google Analytics cookie will have permission to run. So that's how it works within the OPAC. Let's go over to the staff interface and take a look at how it's all put together. Okay, so here we are in the staff interface, and let's take a look at the system preferences that make all of this work. So if I search for the word consent, we'll see that there are a few system preferences that actually power this thing. So we've got the main cookie consent system preference, which is sort of like a master switch. That can turn off and on this whole functionality. We've also got a cookie consent bar system preference, which if I expand it, you can see that's the text that was appearing in the bar at the bottom of the screen. And similarly, the cookie consent pop-up, which appears when the more information pop-up appears. So that's the main three. We also have the system preference that lets us actually define the optional cookies or the non-essential cookies that we might want users to be able to set. So you can see we've got the two that we saw a moment ago. We've got Google Analytics. So we've got the name, we've got the description. We can specify whether consent is required in the OPAC and the staff interface distinctly. So in the situation where you only require consent in one interface, you can specify that. And if you expand, that's where you actually put the tracking code itself, or whatever code it is, you paste it into that box. And we've got two at the moment, and you can add new ones as you would expect. You can delete them and all the rest of it. So it's very quick and very easy to specify non-essential cookies that you want your users to be able to choose whether they set or not. And that's really the functionality. So I hope this has been useful, and thanks very much for watching.